All right, what's going on? We are live. Tripp Kramer here, trippadvice.com, on a beautiful Wednesday summer afternoon, and we're doing our Wednesday live show. I understand that I've been doing different times every Wednesday. It's going to continue for a little while, just because I'm just testing out different times, seeing when people are available to come and join the live. So bear with me here. But a lot of you are going to be watching this video after it has been live, and I understand that, so I want to get into content as soon as possible. First, before we do, as you see right here, per usual, I am showing you the URL that you can go to if you want to be coached personally by me. If you go to coachbytripp.com, what happens is you will be taken to an application page. Right now, I am taking one-on-one clients. It's a very special time. There was a time in Tripp Advice where I actually was not doing coaching for a few years, and now I'm taking clients once again, and we're working together in person, working together over the phone. I have so many different options. So many options are available to you, and I want you to have them. I want to coach you. I want to get you through some of your sticking points. I know that a lot of guys have sticking points with approach anxiety, or knowing what to say in conversation, or just making the schedule to be able to go out and meet girls, and how does it all work, be able to get women interested in you. I understand that this is a difficult situation, so I'm here to help. I solve these problems every day. I work with lots of clients to help you get past these sticking points. So if you are shy around women, want an amazing girlfriend, don't know what to say to girls, don't know how to sexually escalate with women, I'm here to help you. Just go to coachbytripp.com, apply today, and I do read every single application. Even though there are a lot that come in, I still read all of them, and then I will sift through and see who fills it out the best and is someone who's really serious about getting coaching, and then you and I will talk. So let's look at people saying hello. What's going on, guys? Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Yes. All right, let's get into some cool stuff. So the pickup line that really turns women on. Let me get my water here. Take a little sip. The pickup line that turns women on. What is it? It's very simple, and I'm going to tell you what it is, and then I'm going to be diving into helping you understand why it's so powerful, so then you can use that to be more powerful in your interactions. So don't just listen to the line and move on, because I'm going to teach you more cool stuff behind the concept of why it's so powerful. So again, you can use this concept throughout the interaction, not just with the pickup line itself. But here it is. So let's say you're at a party. Let's say you're at a bar, a social event, social gathering, whatever it is. Let's imagine that you are there and you see a girl, a woman that you want to go talk to. I want you to go up to her. I want you to look her dead in the eyes. Okay, don't get too close because it's creepy. So don't get like nose to nose here, but get about a foot and a half away and look her in the eyes and say, "You, who are you?" I know it's kind of cheesy, and I'm doing this pickup line to hundreds of guys, thousands after this is done being live. And I know it sounds kind of funny, but it does work, okay? So you go up to a girl, you say, "You, who are you?" And you kind of give her this nice little smile, and you got to give her dead eye contact, because that's how it works. Almost as if like you're fascinated, right? Like you're like who is this girl? Like, why haven't we met yet? And you could even say that too. If you really want to turn it up a notch, say, "You, who are you? Why haven't we met yet?" You can say that all in one go. And you say it in the downward inflection in which I'm delivering it to you. "You, who are you? Why haven't we met yet?" As if she's like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" And this actually, if you do it right, can like instantly turn her on from the moment that you deliver it. Because you're displaying so much masculinity in those few seconds, it's insanely powerful. With the eye contact, which creates sexual tension, with your voice. It doesn't have to be low, like you don't have a low voice when you say it. It's not about that. But it's about not being like, "You, who are you?" Right? That sounds a little bit like feminine, like a little bit like you're uncertain, like, "Who are you?" But it sounds more masculine, more confident, more certain of yourself when you say, "Who are you?" Looking her dead in the eyes, displaying that confidence. That's what confidence looks like, by the way. If you wanted to know what does confidence look like, it's that. Okay? It's that. It's being so sure of yourself, not shy, boom, like ready to go up and just start talking to a girl. And if you can use some of these principles throughout the interaction, it can be very powerful. Again, continuing with eye contact, being sure of the things that you're saying, right? Because imagine the exact opposite. What does an unconfident guy look like? What does an unconfident guy look like? That's going to look like a guy basically not going over there, or going over there and looking down, not giving her good eye contact, and it just being very uncomfortable because he just doesn't feel like he belongs there. Like he doesn't think that he's worthy of being in her presence. When really, when you're going over there and doing what I just said, you're going over there saying to her, I absolutely deserve to be in your presence because I'm worthy of meeting everybody. That's you. You're worthy, okay? I point to me, I'm saying you, but you. You're worthy of meeting everyone because you go after what you want. And that is the masculine way, okay? That is a trait that women love. Knowing what you want, going after it. Like, someone said pickup lines never work. Well, here's the thing. Pickup line, opening line, whatever you want to call it. So, don't worry about, what we're titling it. Just understand that this is a good line that you can go over and start conversation with a woman. Try it out. It's not going to work 100% of the time. I mean, let's be real. You're not going to just go up to a woman and say that line and all of a sudden, boom, every girl's going to be like, oh, look who it is. Look at this guy. No, but I can guarantee you that it's going to be way better to do something like that than either A, not at all, or B, going up and saying some actual lame pickup line that's really cheesy. But it's a little bit more interesting than saying something like hello, which, by the way, is a great opening line to go up and say hello. But this is just a little bit more interesting. So, cool. Let's see. There's a lot of people in the chat here. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start taking some questions. That's right. I got a hotline. You can call in, and we can talk to you here. So if you have any questions, I want you to call in. I'm going to put the number on the screen in just a second. Before we do that, I want to remind you once again, if you want to apply for coaching and you want to be able to be a guy who can actually go up and say that line with confidence and be held accountable to do it, so you can get better at approaching, meeting, attracting the kinds of women that you want and you want to date and have sex with or get into a relationship with, then apply for coaching. Coachbytripp.com. Go there, apply. I will read your application, and I can pretty much guarantee results. The only people who don't get results from the coaching programs are the one that doesn't show up. So if you don't want to show up and you don't want to put any of the work in whatsoever, well, you won't get results. But I make it easy for you. Right now, it's probably hard for you because you don't have guidance. I make it easy for you. So apply, coachbytripp.com, and we'll get you started. Okay? Cool. So let's do it. I'm going to open up the lines here. Let's put the number on the screen. Go ahead, give me a call. I'll also answer your question here in the chat if you end up putting a super chat in. I will make sure to answer your question here on the super chat. And we'll answer your question thoroughly, or you can call in, or I'll try to get to your questions if you put them on the chat. So let's do it. Who wants to call in? Who's got the courage? Last week we had a bunch of people call in. It was pretty awesome. A lot of people showed up, and it was killer. We had some really good questions, really cool people. So happy to talk to you here, give you a taste of what coaching is like. Although coaching is a little bit different because we're working on a specific plan for you. But if you have any questions, let's get into it. Yes, that's right. I am in Chicago. Country code? I think it's just +1. I think it's just +1, yes. So why are women so complicated? Men are complicated too, by the way. We're all complicated. We're human beings. We're complicated by nature. Men think women are complicated. Women think men are complicated. Even though you think, no, there's no way. There's no way men are complicated. Okay, yeah, I do think that women can be more complicated than men, but men are still complicated in certain ways. So it all depends. It all depends. What questions you guys got for me? The pickup line. What was the pickup line? Well, I'm going to keep this on the channel, so if you want to check it out, you can. So you can go over it again. Ian said, "Wonder if that guy from last time was asking about the 7 Texas here." Yeah, Ian, that got complicated for a while. I wonder if he's here too. He just really wasn't having it. He really wasn't having it. Psyched out Mike says, "I'm meeting up with my ex this weekend. Not a date or anything, just going to catch up. What's a great place to meet up?" I mean, think about it this way. If you're not trying to get back together with your ex, why does it matter where you meet? Why? I don't believe you. I think you're lying, Psyched out Mike. I do. I think that if you didn't care, you wouldn't be asking, but sounds like you do. Sure does. Come on, why isn't anyone calling in? We had a bunch of people last week. I'm here to help you. Although maybe 6 p.m. Central is a earlier time to do it, so maybe it doesn't work as well. Well, we can always answer your questions here. If you do a super chat, I can answer your question thoroughly. And if you have a question either way, you can put it in the chat. You have lots of options. You can call, you can type. I guess those are your only 2 options here. Jacob, Tripp, do you have any advice on ways to get motivated? I would like to answer your question with a question. What do you need motivation to do? Are you just not interested in meeting women? Or what's making you unmotivated in the moment? John says, how do I keep myself from getting too attached? If you want to not... Okay, here we go. We got a caller. What's going on, man? You're on the air. State where you're from, your age, and your name.
Hi, Tripp. My name is Jeffrey. I'm 23, and I'm calling from Georgia.
Jeffrey, 23, Georgia. What's going on, man? What's your question?
Hey, so I've been talking to this girl for about 4 weeks now. She's cool, and we've been on a couple of dates. But I want to date her. I want her to be my girl, and she just, according to her, wants to chill. So I've just been MIA with her. I take long to reply her texts, and she just keeps wanting to get my attention. She keeps wanting to meet up. How do I turn her into my girl now?
Okay, so I just want to get this clear so I can really answer your question here. So she's texting you to meet up. She likes you. She's interested in you. And so now you're just wondering what the next step is, or is there an issue here?
The issue here is that I've been talking to her, trying to get her to be my girl, and all she says she wants to do is just chill. She just wants to hang out and just chill. So then I told her that the most important thing I could give to someone is my time.
Are you guys having sex?
Not yet, no.
Okay, so one of the biggest forms of investment a woman can make is having sex. So what ends up happening is that when you have sex with a girl, even when a guy has sex with a girl, what ends up happening is you start to form a pair bond with them. So I actually just learned this today from one of my friends who's a sex coach, and she told me how your brain chemistry actually changes once you have sex with someone. And especially for a woman, she becomes more emotionally attached and more invested. So I would recommend that you guys start having sex. If you haven't yet, that might be one of the reasons why she's not interested. Unless she's not interested in you at all, and this is a friend zone situation.
But yet she keeps calling me and reaching out to me, wanting to meet all the time.
Why haven't you tried having sex? Have you tried being physical at all? Have you guys done anything physical?
She doesn't want to get physical either.
Okay, so you're in the friend zone. That's basically the situation here. So she wants to hang out with you. Apparently she just wants to be your friend. Right?
Okay.
I mean, what do you think? Don't you think? She's just acting like a friend.
She told me that she sees me as, in quote, a potential boyfriend. Like, we've been talking for about 3 weeks now. And that's what she told me. She wants to talk some more, get to know me some more, see if there's a connection.
Okay.
And
okay, so here's what you do. You want the plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what you do. What I want you to do is I want you to stop. You can continue to text her, but I want you to only text her when she text messages you, and when you answer her, take a long time to answer back. And you should say to her, If she eventually she's going to be like, what's going on? Why don't you want to hang out? Because she's going to ask you to hang out. You should say no. Just say I'm busy or I got things going on. And if she complains about it, what you're going to say is, I'm only interested in hanging out with you if this is going to go further. But I'm not looking to be your friend. I want us to be more than that. Okay? So you're going to say that to her once she starts complaining that you guys aren't hanging out enough. But you have to basically let go of her in order for her to be interested in her actually wanting to be more physical and more sexual with you, because you're going to show her that you're not going to be her friend. What happens is guys stay in this gray area where they give the woman exactly what she wants, right? Which is like her to take her nice time to just, decide whether or not she wants to be your friend or your lover or what. And a lot of guys get mad at the girl, but it's not the girl's fault. It's the guy's fault because he allows this to happen. So what I'm saying to you is don't allow this to happen. Okay?
All right, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm going to do it this evening right now because she's been texting me. I mean, I just got to Georgia from California, and she's been texting me since for 2 weeks now. I haven't met her. She texts me first all the time, and I take a long time to reply her text, and she keeps wanting to meet all the time. So I'm going to do what you just said.
Do what I said and report back next week or the week after when we do another live. Let me know how it all went down.
All right, Tripp. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Take care. All right. What's going on, man? You are on the air. What's your name, age, and where are you calling from? I guess they hung up. Well, the lines are open. Yeah. Basically, I actually forgot what his name was, but he said the exact situation, that he's in the friend zone. It's funny because as he was saying it, I was confused on what was going on. It didn't seem like he was in the friend zone yet because it sounds like she was always calling him, talking to him, and then finally, after I'm diagnosing and figuring out, I'm asking, wait, you haven't had sex. Wait, you haven't even kissed. Wait, you've done nothing physical. Oh, okay, she sees you as a friend. That's how it goes. A woman sees you as a friend unless she's doing something physical with you. What's up, man? You're on the air. State your name, age, where you're calling from. Hello. Okay, this person keeps on calling, and they keep hanging up. So yeah, if you guys want to call in, hotline is available. But I hope that makes sense, by the way. Don't be the victim here. Don't be the girls are evil. She's teasing me. She wants to see me, but she won't do anything more. She's allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that. Why not? If I were her, I'd want to do that too. What a great situation. Get some nice emotional attachment without having to be physical with someone you're not really attracted to. That's great. Why wouldn't a woman want that? But you're allowing it to happen if you're sticking around. All right, you're on the air. What's your name, age, where are you calling from?
My name's Jonathan. I'm from Tennessee.
Okay, man. What's your question?
Well, actually, I haven't been in a relationship for about 2.5 years now. Ended very poorly, and I'm 35 years old, and I've gone through, hookups here and there, a couple long-term relationships. And I'll tell you this: ever since that last relationship, I started working on myself, started researching all this dating stuff. Love your show, love your podcast, and everything, and of course all the other ones on there. So I've been reading up a lot of it, and I found through doing that, I've just kind of lost interest. Not that I don't approach someone if I'm really interested, but I'm thinking more quality than quantity now. So I'm pretty much, habitual bachelor, stereotypical at home all the time, not doing my thing, but mostly because I've lost interest in dating. And I'm wondering, from your perspective as a coach, is that some kind of weakness or a strength on my part?
Is what a weakness or a strength? That it's more quality over quantity, or that you're not motivated, or what?
Yeah. Well, lack of motivation comes from me wanting a higher quality woman. I will say that.
So you have a lack of motivation because, well, it sounds like maybe you're just being like you're being lazy. Like you're lazy, so you know that it's going to take a while to get the one that you like, so you're not going out there. Just help me really understand.
It's not so much a laziness, I mean, I find girls attractive, but my job keeps me like away from, my local area for about, 40 hours a week. So I can't really approach girls that are working or me working myself, that's one thing I've chosen not to do, approach anyone who I work with or who might be at work, Does that make sense? So
So,
that's part of it. I'm also career minded now more than I used to be.
so what's the problem? I've yet to see a problem here.
I just don't know if that's me. Am I missing out for not trying? But then I have a whole other list of like women who just cause me trouble. And something else I wanted to ask along that lines was, well, I did see a lot of more interest the following year after I left the last girl from other women because I actually was trying. And then one in particular, it almost got to the point of sexual harassment because she was a coworker, and I'm just not interested in her. So fortunately, that's not a problem now. But yeah, that was a new experience for me, having girls interested that I was not interested in.
Yeah, well, we definitely want to stay away from any coworkers because yeah, that could be a potential sexual harassment issue. We don't want to do that. But here's what I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking that with this situation, one of the downfalls of not being motivated or being too much like quality over quantity is it can potentially, like, there's got to be more of a balance. Like, it can potentially prevent you from going out and actually meeting a girl who you think might not be quality, but then you find out is. I'm not saying that you should settle and approach girls you're not attracted to, but if you're just looking for that unicorn special 10 that has to be so amazingly beautiful, but there's another girl that you want to talk to who you still are somewhat attracted to, it might be worth it to go over and say hi. That's one thing. The second thing is, if you're not allowing yourself the opportunity to talk to women, to interact with women, it could potentially be harmful for the moment when you actually do want to. Because what ends up happening is you kind of lose it. Like, you use it. If you don't use it, you lose it kind of situation. So if you're not out there practicing and keeping up with socializing or approaching, you might end up getting to a point where there's going to be a girl that you want to talk to and she's really attractive. And then because you haven't been going out, approaching, talking to anybody, it could either build up fear, so it's hard for you to go approach, or you're going to go up there and you're going to be a little bit rusty because you haven't done this in a while. So it's definitely something to think about. You might want to loosen up a little bit in the situation so, you at least have some opportunities, because you don't want, there's a fine line. I have a lot of guys I work with, especially coaching clients, who tell me, like, Tripp, I'm really picky. And I say, hey, listen, there's a balance. Like, it's okay to be picky. In a sense, like, it's okay to know what you want, but if you're going to be so picky to the point where you're never going to allow any woman in, if you're looking for a relationship, then you're never going to get anything, right? You're just going to have this paradox of choice, which there's so many women to choose from. You're not going to choose any of them because you're looking for the perfect thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. And one more thing, as far as people, any kind of woman that is not, non-eligible, whether it be, co-worker or just anyone I'm not interested in, or, even someone in my own family, how do I maintain a level of masculinity and, kind of authoritative dominance in a good, healthy way, so I don't like lead anyone on or, be submissive when I need to be, more, you get what I'm saying?
Not totally. I mean, if there's
I don't
any,
want to be walked over by anybody, but I don't want to be, domineering either.
well,
Especially in a professional sense.
But this is a whole different category here, because when I talk about dominance and masculinity, when it comes to attraction, it's a different story, right? So so this is kind of like we're talking about two separate things in one thing. I mean, yes, the idea of dominance is going after what you want, leading the interaction, you being the one to push and go for what you want. And you can be that way with women, you can be that way with work, with I guess with social situations as well, but you can still be that way. But I wouldn't. Again, I'm just trying to understand your question here. I wouldn't try to, like, if you don't like a girl, you can still be dominant. Just don't flirt with her. If there's a woman that you've been introduced to or someone you just don't want to flirt or make them feel that you're interested in them in a sexual way. Is that answering your question?
Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking, like, how can I, kind of get respect from people who I would not see in a romantic sense? That would be probably a better way of putting it.
How do you
Men or women,
How do you get respect from people? Well, if you want to get respect from anyone, you have to give value. You have to give value,
Mhm.
but you don't give value in a way where you're doing things for them, right? You don't just
Yeah.
like, you don't buy someone off or give them gifts or do anything
No.
they say that you want. You still have to maintain respect for yourself, but you have to offer value in many forms. That could be, creating a night out for people to come out and have a good time. So you're the creator of events. It can be you offering to help someone when they're talking about something that you could help with. But again, not doing it so much to the point where you're getting taken advantage of. There's a balance there too. But now we're kind of going into a whole different territory beyond dating and women. But I hope that helps. What do you think?
That actually does answer a lot of what I'm going through. But I hope I am able to work with you one day.
Cool, man. So just go to coachbytripp.com and apply, and we can get the chance to work together. Just make sure you fill out the application to the fullest, and we'll see what we can do. All right?
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Thanks for calling.
All right, bye.
All right, you are on the air. What's your name, your age, where are you calling from?
Let's see.
All right, I guess someone wasn't ready. Good questions today. Interesting. I felt with our last caller, he was kind of struggling with a few things. It sounded like he didn't want to get walked on, but he also wanted the opportunity to still attract the woman that he wanted to, but on his own terms. So very specific. I like these unique questions. Lines are open. Call in. Give me a challenge. Let's talk about something. What's your personal situation that's going on? How can we help you? As long as you're over 18, you get the chance to have a call with me, and we'll answer your question on the live Tripp Advice show, Wednesday show. Also, here we go. All right, what is your name, age, where are you calling from?
I'm Gabriel. I'm 30 years old. I'm calling from California.
Cool, man. What's your question?
So I've been trying on and off dating for a while already. Haven't had much success. And mostly online, to be honest. And sometimes with friends and family, it never worked out. And I was told once that I should later dating women that I find at church. And I don't think that most of the flirting skills that work in other places work necessarily in the church. What do you talk me to do?
Okay, so you're a little muffled. It's kind of hard to hear you. So just ask the question again. I got some of that. Don't repeat everything you just said. But what is the question?
Sorry, let me try again. So what I'm saying is that I've been trying to date for a while, and I've been in some really quick relationships, like a month or two. And I was told, like, given my profile, that I'm more religious and looking for a family, I should rather dating women in church. So I was thinking about what would be the correct way to approach women in the church, given that I don't think it works the same way as like when you're hitting on girls in other situations, right?
Okay, so this is an interesting question. When it comes to dating people in your religion, there's so many different ways to go about it. I can't answer the way that I give the advice in terms of how to meet and attract women. It's going to be in a more a less conservative approach, basically, because I condone more fast physical touching, going more direct, having sex fast. Now, of course, this stuff works too if you're just waiting to have sex. I don't know how religious you are, but still, at the end of the day, I think my answer for you is, if you're going to meet and attract a woman, it's always going to be the same no matter what. So if you're going to be doing it through a religious group, I mean, all you got to do is get to a point where you two are talking. Okay, so it's going to be you creating a moment, with the woman, whether it's going to be at a church event or it's going to be at yeah, I guess it's gonna be a church event, whether it's at the church or somewhere else, and then you, again, this is tough because I don't know. Like for example, in Judaism, if you're very religious, like there's no touching. Like there's no touching. Like people don't swear. I mean, it's like it's very. So I don't know how religious you are, but you're gonna have to basically, well, you're gonna have to watch my videos or get my program hooked and do all the stuff it says, and then just kind of take out some of the things that are not going to work with your religion. Does that make sense?
Right. That's why people recommend me to not flirt, let's say, but to look for dates and like among religious women, because that's actually my personality. I don't like to go physical immediately or to like speak like words, like bad word, let's say. So that's why I think that should be a better place. But I honestly never saw church as a way to get dates.
I mean, yeah, any place. I mean, with the exception of work, I never really agree with meeting women at work. But with the exception of that, any place where women are hanging out. I mean, I think church is a great place to meet a woman or any religious. If you are a religious person, you're like, I want to find someone else who has my religious beliefs, or you're a very political person and you want someone who has your political beliefs, you're gonna want to meet them at a place where those people are hanging out. You know, so in your case, it's going to be church. I think it's a great place to meet a woman. But you're just going to have to, you know, I mean, it's going to be the same. I don't think there's really much of a difference. Like women become attracted in all the same ways, whether they're religious or not. So how are you going to do it? I mean, again, single her out, talk to her, flirt with her, ask her out, and that's all you need to do. There's nothing much different. What do you think?
I see. Oh, I haven't had problems to talk to women at church, but usually like if you're in a group, we're talking about something. It doesn't need to be religious. Sometimes usually during lunchtime, you can talk about many subjects. It's just that how I can of course talking in person without anybody around, maybe ask out. It's just that it feels a little awkward for me to look like that I'm talking to a girl about some random subjects, but none of them didn't necessarily mean something that she's being attracted to me. And then how can I ask out if I don't even know if I am attracted to her, if she's attracted to me?
Well, if you're attracted to her, okay, right. So you kind of just have to go for it.
Yeah, because usually the physical appearance doesn't say anything to me. That's one of the reasons.
See, it's
mostly the personality, but I cannot find the personality until I've been seeing the person for a while.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to just. A lot of guys wait for the perfect moment and they wait for all of these signs, but what I recommend is that you just have to do it. I mean, honestly, you just have to pull the trigger. You know, there's nothing.
It's just a matter of really.
What was that?
Pulling the trigger and you mean it's just a matter of talking up and pulling the trigger, trying to ask out, and see how it goes from there.
I can't understand what you're saying. You got to say that again.
I mean, the advice it gives to me is basically just ask the phone number, try to have more opportunities to talk in person.
Yeah. So what you're gonna say is hey, you know, what I normally say, which is, you seem really cool. It's fun talking to you. We should hang out again sometime outside of church. Be the same thing as if you met a girl at a bar, right? You can say something very similar. We should hang out again. Does that make sense?
I see.
Makes sense.
All right. Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Cool, man.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Cool. Yeah, it's interesting. You don't want to necessarily just allow yourself to meet women in one space, like just church or just work. You want to really widen it. But if you're looking for someone religious, it is good to go to something like that, but you wouldn't even want to keep it to one church. Maybe there's other events you can go to or meetups that you can go to, like meetup.com or Facebook has meetups, you know, surrounding religion or politics or something like that. All right, you are on the air. What's your name, age, where are you calling from?
This is Gerald. I'm 23 years old, and so I'm So here's the thing. I'm an avid marijuana smoker. I love it. Anyways, I go to I go to this one dispensary that's nearby my house, And anyways, there's this cute girl there. Like, I guess you can see she's the cashier, but she's like a bartender. Been going there for quite a minute, almost a year. And every now and then, have a decent conversation with her, just small talk every now and then. But I never had the courage to really ask her out. And I mean, there have been opportunities, but like I say, it's like a dispensary, it's like a business, so there's not really that many opportunities because there's people in the waiting room, and then people are coming in checking in. So wondering when I should when would be like an opportunity to ask her out.
All right, so here's what you do. You go in when you got to know when she's working. If she works every day, go in when it first opens, so you know no one's going to be there. And then what you do is you just go up, buy some stuff, and say, hey, you know what? I know this is random, but we should grab some coffee sometime. What do you say? That's it.
Wow.
I just blew your mind. I just blew your mind, didn't I?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's that simple, man. It's that simple. Because here's the thing. You're not going to get an opportunity. You've already talked to her a bunch, right? Like, you guys have already had communication. You've been in. She knows who you are.
Yeah. What is it? Like, anytime she's like working there, she'll acknowledge me. Like, if she's like in the back, she'll wave or smile or whatever. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then like when she's like receptionist, usually we'll chat or whatnot.
Cool. So someone in the chat said you should say, want to come smoke with me, or want to come smoke this with me. See, here's the thing. I think it's almost too obvious to like say something about like, hey, we should smoke together. Or, you know what I mean? It's like, I almost don't want her to, I don't want the connection to be why she's there. Like, she's there and she's selling, pot. Like, I don't want that to be the reason. I want her to understand that you're not just like, hey, we should smoke sometime because I buy weed and you work here. Like, no, it's got to be clear that you're interested in her. So you're not going to say, let's go smoke. You're going to ask her to do something different because you're showing an interest in her. The thing is a lot of guys, and I get it, man. Like, a lot of guys, they ask this question. They're like, what do I say? What do I do? When really I gave you a very simple answer, but the only reason why you're probably asking the question, which again, totally normal, is because it's a scary situation. Like, you don't want to do it in front of people. You don't want to get rejected. But if we just took out all the fear, if I removed like this part of your brain that said fear, then you wouldn't have to ask this question because you would just go up and do it. That's why it's so simple. So that's why you can just ask simply, hey, we should hang out sometime. Let's go grab some coffee. Because she's either interested or she's not.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
Cool, man. Does that help? You gonna do it?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Next time I go in, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, there you go. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to do it, and then come back and call next week, and let us know how it went. Let's like get a continuing story here. So go do it. And whether you got rejected or didn't, like, let's hear the story. I think everyone's going to want to know how it went. Again, it's going to inspire people. So there's, in the moment I'm speaking, there's 110 people watching, but thousands of people are going to watch this video. So you're going to inspire people to come back and tell your story if you end up doing it. Sound good?
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, man. Go get them. Thanks for calling.
All right, for sure. Hey, for sure. Thanks. Like the videos, man.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. All right, cool. Good question. We got some time for some more. So who's got it? Yes, everyone's talking about weed. Weed just became legal in Illinois. It will be legal January 1st. I used to smoke weed. I don't really do that anymore. Kind of slows me down. Long time ago. Back in the early Tripp years. But now I just like to, maybe relax with a glass of scotch, glass of wine, but not a big weed smoker. All right. So someone asked, what's the best strain y'all smoked? Now everyone's talking about weed. We need a new caller here. The lines are open. We can answer your question. You can see the detail we go in. So I hope it helps. And if you want to ask a question in the chat and you don't want to call in, you can do a super chat, which guarantees that I will answer your question. Someone left a super chat earlier and said, just be natural. All this is bullshit. So I don't know why he would want to, tell me that everything's bullshit. But I don't really know I don't know what currency that is. I guess he just wanted everyone to see. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, what do we got? We got some time left. Let's take some questions. What do we got? All right, you're on the air. What's your name, your age? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Joe. I am 64, a young 64, and I'm from Sacramento, California.
All right, Joe. What's up, man? What's your question?
Well, there's this one girl. I work in Sac downtown, and she's been walking by. I stay in one location downtown all the time in my truck, in my work truck, and she walks past me all the time, every day, once a day, and she's always smiling at me, says hi, whatever. And we've talked just really quickly, and she just kind of like keeps on walking. So anyway, I think it was last week. She was walking by, and she actually stopped. So we talked a little, just real quick. And I said, well, hey, we should meet up sometime. But it kind of came out weird. I said, well, we should talk sometime somewhere. And I was like, oh God, it came out strange, Anyway, so she just said, yeah, and then she just kept on walking. And I kind of have mixed feelings. So I don't know if I should just next time just go up and blatantly say, I want to, take you out to or meet you at coffee or whatever.
What was her response to you when you said that? What was her response?
She said, yeah, and I just kept on kind of walking. It wasn't like I don't know, it was just kind of a weird yeah.
Okay, here's what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. You're going to, next time you see her, say, hey, I was kind of in a rush before, but I forgot to grab your number. We should hang out sometime. And then grab her number.
Right.
That's it.
Right. And then either she's interested or not, because I don't know, it's just mixed feelings,
Yeah, don't worry about it. Who cares? Who cares? Maybe she's interested, maybe she's not. You've taken the time to come on and ask this question, so you're obviously, you want to do this. Like, you have the motivation and desire to do this. So what I think you should do is, I think you should just do it. Don't put so much emotion into it. Just do it. Maybe she's interested, maybe she's not. If it works out, cool. You get an opportunity to see if this woman is cool enough to hang out with you. That's the mindset. And if she is, great. And then if she's like, no, she's not interested, well, then there's other women to talk to. It's like, I don't want you to get caught up on one woman. Guys get really caught up. They're like, we'll search far and wide to find out how to get that one girl who they see at work or in their church or in this case, the girl that you're talking to on the sidewalk, whoever she is. And it's like you're putting too much energy into that. It's like you're wasting your emotional energy with this. So just treat it as if like there's many women. Talk to her. Try it out. If not, there's always another one.
Yeah, that's true. I know what you're saying, yeah. Yeah, it's weird how you just kind of just think about one woman, I just, like that. I mean, it's not like I think about her all the time, but just I really want to, get to meet her. But anyway, yeah, she's on her way to work, so I don't know if she's like in a hurry or, I think
who cares? Who cares?
Just
Who
stop
cares?
and talk.
Who cares? Yeah. Don't worry about that stuff. You're trying to figure out and analyze she'll tell you. She'll let you know. If she's busy, she's busy. Yeah. Like, don't guess. Don't create this scenario in your head. Don't create the scenario in your head that you don't know what it is. The mindset is you're just going after what you want. What do you want? You want to take her out sometime. So that's it.
Yeah.
Like, be really in one direction, like unidirectional, right? Like one direction. You know what you want. Go after it. That's it. and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and you'll do it again. A lot of guys, they are in this scarcity mindset. I think they are in a scarcity mindset thinking, if it doesn't work out with her, who else am I going to have? Because you put so much energy into her. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, I got you. Okay. All right. Thank you. I like your videos. Very good.
Thank you.
Okay. You take care.
Take care.
All right.
All right. What's up? You're on the air. What's your name, age, where are you calling from?
My name is Mark. I'm calling from PDX. I'm turning 40 this year. How are you?
Hey, man. What's up? Some from Portland. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Cool. It's a little hard to hear you. It's a little muffled. I want to make sure that everyone can hear you and I can hear you clear. So either get off of speakerphone or be closer to your mic.
How's that? Is that better?
Much better. Okay, what's your question?
Okay. More of a just a comment for you, because I started listening to you probably 2 years ago or so, just when that, this confidence was learning confidence was becoming popular on YouTube and stuff, and you guys weren't being demonetized like hell. And I just want to let you know that I have a wonderful, wonderful woman who's hot as hell and everything I've ever wanted. And I've, 5 years ago, I never would have thought I'd even be in the same level of, the same level as her. So it's amazing just learning that. And I want to say that being direct and stating your intention, it's on a level that is so few people do. If you want to take her out to a specific place, take her. You know what I mean? Just tell her you want to go. It's just so amazing how it is, how much your system and what you've gone through has helped.
Awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Just remember that it took two people to do this. I gave you some great information. You took the advice and you did something with it. So, I appreciate the comment, and just make sure that you're also proud of yourself for actually doing it and going through with it.
Absolutely. So. Oh yeah, I'm the man.
You are the man.
It's a conscious decision to stop feeling like you don't have the tools to be the man.
I love it. Well, that's great. Very inspiring. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing that, and that means a lot. And congrats to you and your lovely girl.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Tripp.
Cool, man. Take care. Thank you so much. Well, that was very nice. Appreciate the comment. And how about that? Be direct. Know what you want. Go for it. Take the advice. Use it. Do something with it. And you can be like this guy. This guy thought never in a million years would I ever be able to meet a woman as quality as he did. But he did. So, very inspiring. Very inspiring. What other questions you guys got? I got some time. We got a couple more calls in, I think. We got a couple more calls in, so why don't you go ahead and call in, and we'll answer some questions. You can also do a super chat. I can answer your questions in the chat. It's very active right now. A lot of people talking. But anyone who's still with us, don't forget, I'm going to put this back up there, coachbytripp.com. If you want me to coach you and guide you specifically through your issues, you can apply today by going to coachbytripp.com. So go to coachbytripp.com and apply so we can get you some help. What's up? You're on the air. What is your name, age, and where you're calling from?
Hey, Tripp. I'm Miguel from New Jersey. I'm 38, and my question is that this is a girl that I like, and I'm gonna tell her how I feel. And lately, since I've been talking to her, and I've been checking her friends out, and I'm thinking if her friend, not her friend, the girl, if she said, okay, I just like you as a friend, and because I joined a group, like a business thing, I just joined, just because of her. But anyway, since I'm going to be seeing her this weekend, I'm going to tell her how I feel, and let's say she says, listen, we're just friends, we're just here for the business, but would I not have a chance with a friend if all of a sudden she sees me chasing a friend? What do you think? I hope my question is clear. Um, would I have a chance to date a friend, even though it says I just want to be friends. It's just business. So would it ruin my chance to be with her friend, like to date her?
Well, so you want to date your girlfriend's friends? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, the girl that I like, yes, her friend.
Okay, well, why aren't you going for the girl that you like, and why are you going for her friends? Why aren't you just going for the girl that you're interested in?
Oh, I am. It's just I was thinking after I tell her how I feel and just
Oh,
in case
you're
there's a
saying
chance that she
if it
said,
doesn't
"Listen,"
work out with this girl, you want to try to go for her friends? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, exactly.
It's an interesting question. I mean, yeah, you could do that. It just might be a little awkward for you and this girl, potentially. So if you're willing to if you're willing for it to be awkward between you and this girl who may reject you, it may come off a little bit desperate. You know what I'm saying? And it may make things like a little awkward between you and her. If you're okay with that, then go for it. Otherwise, I don't love the idea of you just trying to like go for this specific group of girls. It's a scarce mindset. You know what I mean? It's like you're putting yourself in the situation where you're only allowing yourself to talk to this one social circle of girls. And it's like, why would you need to do that if you have access to tons of women, which you do because they're everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And so it kind of, I don't know, you're just creating like an awkward situation and you just look desperate. It's like, oh, well, you get rejected by her, now you're going for the friend. You know, it's like it's not an ideal situation.
Okay.
So what I would do if I were you is I would go for the girl that you're interested in, and if it doesn't work out with her, move on to another group. Go approach women.
Okay.
Get on an online dating app. You know, like just skip having to go through this whole social circle of friends. That's the old way. That's what most people do. But that's the lame way because people are only doing that because they're scared to meet other women. So they'll just kind of just float around their social circle. That's old news. We don't have to do that anymore because we're learning how to be more assertive and confident through all this stuff that we talk about here at Tripp Advice.
Yeah. Yeah, I gained a lot of confidence watching all your videos and your podcast, and I've been divorced like 5 years. Yeah, 5 years, and I'm like, wow, the amazing changes I went through these last couple of years.
Good, man. That's awesome. Good to hear. Well, now that you have all this, let's use it. Let's go out there. Let's meet some new women. What do you say?
Exactly. Thanks, man.
You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Take care. Thanks.
You too. Bye.
Guys, I'm going to take a quick break here. I'm not leaving, but I noticed that some people have not followed me yet on Instagram. So if you're watching this live or you are watching this not live, follow me on Instagram. It's at Tripp Advice. Do that. I post some cool stuff there. I answer questions through DMs once in a while. So go ahead, follow me on Instagram at Tripp Advice. And then, yeah, we can chat there. You can see what I'm up to. I can see what you're up to. Go do that at Tripp Advice. Okay, lines are back open. What's up? You're on the air. What's your name, age, where are you calling from?
Hi. Hi. This is Andrew. I'm 24 years old. Was that the only question? Yeah.
You're
Anyway,
24. Where are you from?
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Cool, man. What's your question?
Okay. So currently, I work for the Phoenix Zoo, right? And there's this. So I don't work for the Phoenix Zoo. I work for like a third-party company. So like it's a souvenir photo company. So we're usually around, like, we have like two venues that we take pictures. There's like the camel area, and then there's the main gate. And then usually in the main gate, I'm usually around this one girl that works there, and I think I've been working there since March, and I think she started working there. I think around like April-ish, and yeah, I like would chat with her, and she would kind of see that she'd always kind of be complaining about her boyfriend, how like this and that, and how he doesn't give her like did her wrong a couple times, and just wasn't being there for her, and like kind of telling me all this, and like yeah. So like I would always kind of change the subject, kind of like not want to always like talk about that. And usually it would work. We would talk about that, but like anytime we would talk, that would always be brought up, and I'd have to change the subject again. So I'm like, I'm not trying to talk just about your boyfriend. Let's just talk between me and you. And anyways, usually see her at work, and just I don't know.
So you're interested in this girl? I'm guessing you're probably wondering how to get this girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't. You do not. You stay far away. Okay. Even if she's complaining to you about her boyfriend, even if she goes to you and says, "I just broke up with my boyfriend," and you're the first person I wanted to let know, you should not go after her. Okay? First of all, for multiple reasons. You don't want to be the one to break up a relationship. You don't want to go after someone's girlfriend. And mainly because you're going to be with the girl. If you start dating a girl like overlapping or right after she gets out of a relationship, you're going to be dealing with that type of girl who's still dealing with that drama. You want to put yourself in an ideal situation. And an ideal situation is a girl who is not trying to get over a guy. Even if she's the one to break up with him, even if she wants to complaining, there's still baggage, still emotional stuff. You don't want a girl fresh off of a breakup. It's a really messy situation. Even if you think, well, but Tripp, this one's different. She's cool. I'm attracted to her. She's like the perfect girl for me. It doesn't matter. There's no exceptions. And you don't even know if she's the perfect girl for you. No one knows until you actually date and sleep with someone and you're with them for many months. So I don't care what it is. This is not an ideal situation. And really on top of it, like, you don't want to try to take another, it's like, I'm a golden rule kind of guy, meaning treat others how you want to be treated. So there's just like all these red flags in this situation. I know it's probably not the answer you want. You want the technique and how do I get her to like me? But I don't condone this. I think you should move on. What do you think?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Someone just said in the chat, once a cheater, always a cheater. Yeah, really bad situation is if a girl cheats on her boyfriend with you and you like this girl, that is not the kind of girl that you want to be in a relationship with. That is a poor quality in a person. I'm not saying people who have cheated, haven't, are all bad people. Like you can repent, in your own ways for what you've done and learn from your mistakes, and that's all good. But you don't want to be with someone who is going to cheat on their person with you. It's like, it's not good, not a good quality. And then you're going to be freaking out because you're going to think, well, she did it with me. Why wouldn't she do it with someone else? Even if it does work out, right?
Yeah. Okay. No, I understand that. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. So that's what I can tell you.
Okay.
All right?
No, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. Good luck.
All right.
Good luck. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, what's going on? You are on the air. What's your name, age, where are you calling from?
Yo, what's going on, Tripp? My name is Moises. My age is 16. I'm from California in the Orange County area.
Cool, man. I really appreciate you calling. I should have said this earlier. I actually can't do any calls for guys under 16. It has to be 18 or over. Sorry, my man.
All right, bro. I appreciate it.
Sorry, dude. Keep
Thank
watching
you.
the videos.
I got you.
Cool. Yeah, sorry, it has to be 18 or over. You got to be an adult. You have to be an adult. Of course, I know that there are younger people watching. So watch, enjoy. I do have a video, actually, that is dedicated to high schoolers. So I do give some high school dating advice. But I just don't really know the legalities. And I don't want to be messing with that for people under 18. Very sorry. All right. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and kill that. We are not going to be taking any more calls tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on the 6 p.m. Wednesday hour. Like I said, kind of all between the 6 and 7:30 range, we will be doing a live. So every Wednesday. Thanks for being here. Don't forget, if you want to get coached by me, go to coachedbytripp.com to apply today, and I will help you. I will help you in terms of getting you to where you want to be and attracting the kinds of women you want. Results guaranteed. As long as you show up to the calls or show up to the sessions that we do in person and you give it your all, I promise you you're going to get results. I promise you you're going to be able to meet and attract the women that you want. It's worked with pretty much every guy who shows up and does the work. And I make it easy for you because I give you the exact steps that you need to start approaching, even if you have bad approach anxiety, even if you're shy, even if you have no idea what to say. So, coachedbytripp.com. Apply today. Thanks, guys. See you next week, next Wednesday. We'll rock it out. Peace.